The galaxy was quiet that night. Far beyond the silver rings of Saturn, a fleet of alien ships drifted through the stars. Their leader, Commander Tarek of the Xynar Empire, stood inside his dark command room, staring at a small blue planet glowing in the distance. It was Earth. To the Galactic Union, Earth was nothing but a primitive world, weak, small, and unimportant. The humans had no warp drives, no powerful energy weapons, and no colonies beyond their own system. Many alien races laughed at the idea that such creatures could ever be a threat, but Tarek didn't laugh. He had studied human history, wars, revolutions, endless survival against impossible odds. A race that fights its own kind for thousands of years, he murmured, cannot be ignored. Still, orders were orders. The Union wanted to test the humans. A small scout fleet was sent ahead to enter Earth's orbit and scan the planet. Then, silence. Every signal from the scouts vanished in seconds. No explosion, no distress call, just emptiness. Tarek frowned. What happened to them? His officers checked the systems again and again. All instruments worked perfectly, but there was no trace of the missing ships. Only a strange wave of static energy surrounded the area where they disappeared, like a shadow in space. The commander stared at the readings. That energy, it's not natural, he whispered. The rest of the council laughed again, calling it a system glitch. But deep inside, Tarek knew something else. Something was hiding on that blue planet, and it was watching them. 3 days passed since the scout ships vanished. The Galactic Union decided to send a stronger message. 50 warships from 5 different alien races gathered near Earth's moon. Their mission was simple: to show power, to remind the humans of their place. Commander Tarek watched silently from the bridge. His gut told him this was a mistake. Do not underestimate them, he warned. But no one listened. On Earth, the humans were not blind. High above the clouds, hidden satellites tracked every alien movement. Deep underground, in a secret base beneath the Atlantic, the United Earth Defense Command prepared. Dr. Lena Hayes, head of the command center, stood before a holographic display showing the alien fleet. They think we are weak, she said quietly. Let's make them believe it a little longer. As the alien fleet entered orbit, everything looked peaceful. No defense, no response, no resistance. It almost seemed too easy. Then the stars began to move. Thousands of small points of light appeared all around the alien ships. They looked like stars at first, until they started moving faster. Commander, unknown objects surrounding us, shouted an officer. Tarek's eyes widened. The stars were drones, human drones cloaked in plasma fields invisible to normal sensors. They had been waiting. A voice echoed through open frequencies, calm but cold. This is Earth defense. You are not welcome here. Before the aliens could react, every drone powered up, and the darkness of space filled with bright, blue light. The hunters had just become the hunted. The moment the drones activated, silence filled space. The alien fleet froze in shock. No one had ever seen human technology like this. These weren't metal machines. They were alive with light, moving in perfect formation like a single mind. Commander Tarek shouted, "Hold fire! I want scans." Too late, a wave of energy burst from the drones. Alien shields shattered instantly. 1, 2, 3 ships vanished. Not destroyed, but erased, pulled into glowing holes that swallowed light itself. "What is that weapon?" screamed a Xynar pilot. Tarek's voice was tight. "It's not a weapon. It's gravity." The humans had done the impossible. They had turned gravity itself into a weapon. From the hidden command center on Earth, Dr. Lena Hayes watched through a holographic display. Her calm voice broke the silence. Phase 2, show them what fear feels like. In that moment, every human drone cloaked again. The aliens could no longer see them. Only flashes of light across their sensors. Missiles came from nowhere. Ships vanished in seconds. The galactic fleet panicked. Their communication channels filled with screams and static. No one knew where the next strike would come from. Tarek's second officer shouted, "We can't fight what we can't see." Tarek's fists clenched. "Then stop fighting." "Retreat!" The order came too late. A massive energy surge exploded near the fleet, shaking every ship. The stars themselves seemed to bend, and then, as quickly as it began, it was over. Half the fleet was gone. The rest drifted, broken, silent. On Earth, Dr. Lena whispered, "They wanted to see our strength." Now they will remember it. The remains of the alien fleet limped back to the Galactic Union's core worlds. Every council hall echoed with the same question. How did humans do it? They had seen the recordings, the invisible drones, the gravity weapons, the blinding light that swallowed ships whole. It was impossible for a young race like humans. No known species had ever advanced that far without help. Some said humans had found an ancient alien technology. Others whispered something darker, that humans had created it themselves. Commander. Tarek stood before the Union leaders. His voice calm but heavy. You all called them weak, he said. But weakness doesn't survive on a world like theirs. He showed them old Earth footage, wars, disasters, and people rebuilding again and again. Floods, famine, nuclear winters, and yet they kept rising. Every time they fall, Tarek said, they learn. Every time they lose, they become stronger. Silence filled the chamber. Even the proudest races lowered their heads. In a secret archive, Tarek found something chilling. Decades ago, Earth had hidden entire projects. Project Singularity, Project Nova Mind, and the Atlas Network. Their goal wasn't defense. It was evolution. Humans had learned how to merge machine and mind, to think faster, to create energy without fuel, to control gravity with thought. Tarek realized the truth. Humanity didn't find power from others. They built it from their own pain. He looked out the window toward the distant blue star that was Earth and whispered, They are not the youngest race in the galaxy. They are the most dangerous. The Galactic Union could not accept defeat. Pride burned stronger than reason. They called it the final cleansing. Every fleet from every world gathered. 10,000 ships, armed with weapons that could burn moons. Their target was clear. Earth. Commander Tarek watched the preparations with a heavy heart. You're making a mistake, he warned. Humans don't surrender. They adapt. But his voice was lost in the noise of arrogance. Across the solar system, Earth's defenses awakened. The quiet planets that once seemed lifeless began to move. Mars lit up first, red storms glowing with energy shields. On the moon, hidden cannons unfolded like metal flowers locking onto alien ships. Deep below Earth's crust, the Atlas Network connected. Every satellite, every drone, every base formed one single mind, a global defense system powered by the sun itself. Dr. Lena Hayes stood at the heart of it. Inside the Sol Command Tower, her voice echoed across the network. This is not war. This is memory. We remember every empire that called us weak. The sky changed, a blinding wave of light spread from Earth into space. The alien ships fired, but their beams vanished into nothing. Gravity itself bent, folding their attacks back toward them. Within seconds, entire fleets disappeared. The stars flickered like dying candles. Tarek's ship trembled as the energy hit. It's not a weapon, he whispered in awe. It's the sun, they're using the sun. In that moment, the galaxy understood. Humanity had turned its home star into a living shield, and there was no stopping it. The battlefield fell silent. Where there were once thousands of alien ships, now there was only drifting dust, glowing faintly in the shadow of Earth's blue light. Commander Tarek's ship floated alone, engines dying. He looked out at the wreckage of the Galactic Union's proud fleet. His voice broke. They thought humans were weak, he whispered, but they were never weak. They were patient. On Earth, Dr. Lena Hayes stood before the viewing window in the Sol Command Tower. The defense grid slowly powered down, its blue light fading like dawn after a storm. She could see the reflection of her tired face and whispered softly, Let this be the last lesson they need. Across the galaxy, fear spread faster than light. Every world that once mocked humanity fell silent. Messages came from distant empires. Truce requests, peace offers, surrender codes. None dared to send another fleet, but humanity didn't celebrate. There were no cheers, no victory parades, only silence. The people of Earth had seen what they were capable of, and it frightened even them, because the truth was simple. The humans never wanted war. They only wanted to be left alone. Commander Tarek, now exiled for his warnings, recorded one final message to the Union. You call them savages, but they are survivors. You call them weak, but they outlasted us all. Remember this. Never mistake silence for surrender. His ship drifted into the dark void as Earth shone behind him, bright and untouchable, and from that day on, The stars carried a single unspoken rule: never wake the humans.